Well, here we go again, just like it was 12 months ago. Gold Coast Knights hosting Lions FC in the semi-final of the Kappa Pro Series. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Croatian Sports Centre at Carrara as we find out our first finalist over the next 90 or maybe 120 minutes here on FQTV. James Coughlin in the commentary booth for this heavyweight bout between two Queensland powerhouses, and there is no shortage of storylines for us to follow. Almost 12 months ago to the day, Knights blew Lions out of the park. And you wonder if that will be a factor on tonight's game. Knights coming off not their best game last week, but were still good enough to beat Olympic. Meanwhile, Lions are looking like their old selves once again. Currently on an 8-game winning streak coming into tonight, including a 4-0 victory last weekend. Let's run through the lineups for both of these sides, starting with the home team, Gold Coast Knights and reigning Kappa Pro Series champions. The goalkeeper is Josh Langdon, 3 Oscar Dillon, 4 Tyson Martin, 5 Austin Ludwig, the captain, 6 Phil Larsam, 9 Joel Russell, 11 Ty Kaneko, 12 Shelford Dayes, 14 Aaron Reardon, 21 Jordan Much, and 23 Trent Millard. A first Gold Coast Knights start. I was almost about to say the NPL start for Jordan Much, the former Premier League player with multiple clubs. Phil Larsam will come in from the start after his impressive second half cameo last week, with Sam Klein and Jaden Walker onto the bench, which also features Xander Guy, set for his first action since April 14. Meanwhile, for Lions, goalkeeper is Cardiff Pond, 3 Jackson Hart-Phillips, 4 Hashan Ramazani, 7 Alex Fechner, 9 Andy Pengelly, 10 Joe Duckworth, 11 Luke Broderick, 14 Josh Brindle South, 18 Alwyn Comalong, 20 Jack Skinner, and 22 Jimmy Ontiknap. A couple of different numbers than what we're used to for Lions, and they are in their all-blue change strip as the away team tonight. It's a beautiful night at Carrara. We've got some fantastic football coming your way. Very pleased to have your company. This special semi-final. The referee is Zach Keenan, and he gets us underway with Lions running from right to left on your screen. It is the semi-final of the 2024 Kappa Pro Series, the first semi-final between the two top sides in the NPL Queensland, and two sides that are currently perfect through 6 Kappa Pro Series games. And Brindle South playing it back for Ramazani as he forms that incredible left side of defence with Jackson Hart-Phillips. It's an early long ball over the top, looking for Skinner. A little back heel. Hart-Phillips drills it in. It's cleared away, but Lions looking for a fast start. Finding Montignap. Here goes Skinner towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Watched closely by Dayes. Again finding support, this time in the shape of Duckworth, and it is going to be a goal kick as the offside flag had gone up off to the far sideline on your screen. Quick run through that full officiating team. Zach Keenan, the referee, Oleg Labush, one of the assistants, the other one Connor Hanners, and the fourth official Mackenzie Janes. Luke Broderick will play starting for Lions, as is Brindle South, and it's again another early involvement for Skinner, shaped to shoot, looking to create a bit of space. He'll take it on and force a diving save out of Josh Langdon. The ball is still alive. Lions already creating chances early. Brindle South with the lofted ball. Pengelly out-muscled by Dayes. And here is Pengelly keeping it in, and not a clean hit. That was clean from Duckworth in for Fechner. And how about this start from Lions? 2 minutes in, and already really building up the chances with Pengelly. Keeping that one going and almost setting up the opening goal for Fechner. It was on the Friday night a year ago where these two sides met, and it was a very different early 16 minutes in that instance. It was Max Brown scoring in the first minute for Knights, as he is wont to do in big games, Max Brown, as he's taken his talents up the M1 to Sunshine Coast Wanderers this season. Godfrey Debelay scored in the 13th minute, and Ante Polyak in the 16th, and the game was barely over before Lions had beaten the M1 Traffic on that Friday evening. It was a much stronger start for the visitors this time around, as Hart Phillips might have been expecting Brindle South to be in a slightly more advanced position. Along with the interception. It's loving this left side early on. Skinner, clever pass, looking to get it forward for his teammate, but unable to pick out Hart Phillips, and here goes Martin. But lanky-legged midfielder, unable to keep that one in on the near sideline. And Pengelly not quite having his radar finely tuned in the opening minutes of this clash, as overhit that pass. Russell chasing that one down, keeping it in play now. Kaneko, he was immense last week, and will keep this move going out wide for Deus. Martin's made the run towards the byline and is stopped in a strong tackle by Skinner. And again, that is going to be a goal kick despite the protestations of the attacking team. Martin read it well. And play will now restart with a goal kick for Cardiff Pond. He's featured in 5 games for Lions in this competition this season. Luke Borean started round 2 against Easts. Otherwise, it's been the number 1 jersey preferred for Darren Simon. Now Lions with an early chance as they drive into the box. It's Fechner, and it's the opening goal for Lions. A solo effort, Alex Fechner, and they're off to a flying start. And it was just a clever ball through the middle, splitting the Knights' defence. Deus couldn't bring him down outside of the box, and it was a well-taken left-footed finish. As Alex Fechner gets his 3rd Kappa Pro Series goal of the season. Well, it might not be a familiar position for Gold Coast Knights. Trailing as have to fix up that glitch on the scoreboard. It was Lions taking the lead. You'll saw it for yourself. And they would have wanted that start, Lions. A number of those players would have remembered just how it felt last year. Here they go, looking to break forward. It's Martin on the ball, dispossessed. Well worked tackle now, Lazem. That for Millard. the left, and they're working it back, and Lions using their press effectively early on. And Skinner with a little tug on Davis's jersey. Advantage played. Here's Much. Keeping it moving out for Kaneko. And he'll look for the curling effort off the post, and almost a special goal from Ty Kaneko. We know he can hit those. And blind pass in midfield is picked off by Reardon, but Pengelly dropping deeper. And while falling behind isn't a familiar position for Knights during the tenure of Scott McDonald, it is the third straight game where Knights have fallen behind. They were trailing to Rochdale 2 weeks ago. Ended up winning that one 2-1, and then last week Cyrus Demi put Olympic ahead after about a quarter of an hour before 3 second-half goals. Now tonight, they are behind 4 Lions. Thanks to Scott for that stat. Looking to play it through for Russell, but come along. Was recruited to Lions by Warren Moon, the national team coach for PNG, and a loose touch could fall now for Russell. He's at the edge of the box with a clever touch to get by Ramazani, and it's taken away by Russell. A clear penalty for Knights, and they have a chance to equalise as we approach 10 minutes played, and not a whole lot of complaints. It's just a bit of a brain snap from Lions as a whole, and a clever touch by Russell to take away from the lunging come along. And Zach Keenan with no hesitation pointing to the spot. Joel Russell, who was fouled, tasked with the responsibility from the spot against Cardiff Pond. And Russell makes no mistake as he puts it low and hard down the middle. And we are level. Knights 1, Lions 1. Russell with goal number 18 in all competitions this season. And well, hasn't this game started off like a house on fire? 2 goals, 1 apiece, and that goal broke a 300-minute clean sheet streak for Lions in all competitions. The last one they conceded prior to that was June 8th against Olympic in the 70th minute of their 3-2 win. And Ramazani looking to possibly get it back himself, and will come back for the free kick. Martin, seems like that might have been a bit of a soft one to give up, as quickly go to the replay as they're setting up. And it was minor contact at best, but Keenan in a good position to adjudicate. Lofted in by Ontic Nat towards the back post, headed up, and Linden is down, as is Fechner. The offside flag has gone up, and Fechner is down, clutching his head, and a trainer is getting called on. Let's see if we can just catch what happened here. As I think he might have just been collected from behind by Much, who was playing the ball before the whistle went. And we could be in for a bit of a delay here, as Our opening goal scorer, Alex Fechner, receives treatment. It's goal number 16 for Fechner in all competitions this year, and he has been prolific. The exact numbers ahead of me, but that tally would probably be good enough to lead just about every NPL club. However, it's not good enough at Lions. Pengelly with 22 goals. Russell now with 18 for Knights. Luke Francis would have scored a few for Wolves as well, and Fechner is now back on his feet. He's just getting scored off and undergoing the necessary checks. We start from that offside. Fechner jogging, which is always a welcome sight. So Broderick out wide on the right. As Darren Syme is tinkered with his lineup and set up a few times this season, but he might have found pretty effective way to use his two prolific strikers, as Deus has gotten by Skinner and is off balance, but trying his best to keep that one in. Unable to do so with the extra effort of Russell. Pond will take the goal kick quickly. Now keeps it moving for Brindle South. Russell to close down Comalong. And coming back from an offside position. Ball is retrieved by Hart Phillips, and now he'll try and replicate there of Ramazani. No way through Ludwig with that diagonal ball. And Brindle South exchanging passes, and Ludwig slightly misjudged the flight of that one, and it could open up a chance for Fechner as he tried for the spectacular around the corner pass to tee up Pengelly, and Lions again pressing high, and Pengelly takes a shot. Huge block by Dylan. Langdon would have probably had that one covered, or at least you'd expect a goalkeeper of that level to be able to get across, but Dylan taking no chances. Now Knights going right down the other end as Russell can't get it out from under his feet. Or can he? He's on his left, deflected, and wide it goes. And Lions from one end to the other. Like a flash of lightning, and they get a corner out of it. And Russell with that first touch. It almost looked like he'd overrun it. Well enough to get the shot away. The ball towards the back post as Ludwig came flying in trying to collect the header, and now, oh, that is going to be a yellow card for Lazem, as, well, if he wasn't getting the ball, he made sure he cleaned up Fechner off that one. And Fechner's pace is notoriously dangerous. Now Phil Larsen will have to go through the next 70-plus minutes on a yellow card. Well, I think that's part and parcel for a defensive midfielder in most occasions. Call for a handball against Russell, not given, and he plays a beautiful ball through for Kaneko, and oh, that is a great finish. Ty Kaneko gives Gold Coast Knights the lead, and they go bang, bang, and they're up 2-1 over Lions in the Kappa Pro Series semi-final. And he weighted that pass perfectly, Joel Russell, and they weren't trailing for long at all. Lions will continue to argue and say that there was a clear handball. However, those protests, I'm not going to give them the resolution they might be hoping for, and now what they'll have to do is turn their attention back to scoring an equaliser. So 3 goals in the opening 19 minutes. Oh, that was a strong challenge from Much. And the Englishman is going into Mr. Keenan's notebook for that one. He certainly left his mark introducing himself to Duckworth. Much will continue the discussions. Duckworth, a long diagonal ball, doesn't quite have the legs to reach Broderick. Way through Deus. Not much with the touch into Reardon, and it's another excellent direct ball, and Kaneko can't get on the end of that as it's retrieved by Ramazani. Skinner Lions, they have the firepower to get themselves back into this game quickly. Now back for Duckworth, and Knights have a chance to get themselves organised. Pengelly. After a frantic start, now we're settling into a bit more of a patient period. Skinner he inject some fire into this game, as he's always dynamic on the ball. Right place, right time, has the ball attracted to him. Which will curl that one in behind Ramazani as defender plays it back to his keeper. If you are just joining us, this is the men's first semi-final in the 2024 Kappa Pro Series. Gold Coast Knights leading Lions 2-1. Midway through the first half, James Coughlin bringing all the action on FQTV, and these Lions in their changed all blue strip as Skinner goes right through the back of Millard for the foul to Gold Coast Knights. This is not the only Kappa Pro Series semi-final underway this evening. We've also got Logan Lightning against Kappa at Cornubia Park. That kicked off about 15 minutes before this one in the women's competition. And then tomorrow, the other two semi-finals, the men have Moreton City, Gold Coast United, 7 p.m. kickoff up at Walter Park. Get out there if you can. In the women's, it is the Knights women's team, the all-conquering Knights women's team, taking on their nearest FQPL rivals, North Lakes United. That's a 6:15 kickoff. It'll be very interesting to watch after they played out a draw in their league fixture 2 weeks ago. Broderick is shifted over. Come along. Really find Russell's leg, and pass searching for Russell. Can only find the sideline. Brindle South coming all the way back to take the throw in. Go wins it back much. Moving, Reardon plays it back for Dylan. He's got Deus dropping back as an option for the pass. Instead, will look to go through the midfield, and it's recycled all the way back to Langdon. Broderick unable to control that one on the first touch. Clever switch out for Millard as he storms into the Lions half, and he'll keep it going. Skinner trying to slow him down, and eventually Millard stops and plays it back. Larsam just moving the ball so quickly. Knights try and get in behind Lions defence. That was quite the pass that would have been hoping for. Ramazani put under pressure by Martin, but he's able to escape the attention of his opposite number 4. Ramazani getting the better of that duel with Russell. Zignap searching for options, but Movement in front of him wasn't there, so he drops it back for Ramazani. The second meeting between these sides this season. The first one took place 18th of May out at Luxury Paint Stadium. The Knights young phenom David Balongi opened the scoring after 19 minutes before Fechner pulled one back for Lions. And the match finished as a 1-1 draw. You know it, they've been drawn to face each other on the final day of the NPL regular season. That and every match is set for Friday the 16th of August at the moment, and space could open up for Untitled to take the shot, and some calls for a handball against Ludwig as he gets up a little bit sore from that block. I don't know if the ball just struck him in an awkward spot or he just overextended. And I think it was a ball-on-ball collision as the corner is taken quickly. Russell escapes the attentions of Fechner, and the ball up on the second challenge. Cleverly weighted touch from Much. And Martin just took his eye off the intended target for that pass and forced Deus to stop in his tracks. The subs make their way back to their bench. There's a stacked bench for Scott McDonald to call on. Jane Walker, Luke Beckwith, Sam Klein, Eddie Callahan and Xander Guy. All there waiting their invitation to enter the match, but no need for a chance there from Kaneko, and Ramazani made the block off the line. I thought that might have struck his hand, but the handball rule being what it is these days. Let's keep it moving. A bit of work by Kaneko in the build-up. Just fired it across the face of goal, and if Ramazani didn't make that stop, it would have been a tap-in for Russell on the follow-up. Lions looking very static in attack at the moment. There's no way through as Ontiknap is forced to go all the way back to Pond. Now, Andy Pengelly is currently stationed in the area of the pitch. You would normally expect a left back to be playing. Darren Symes tweaks to the setup. Pengelly has been operating a little bit deeper than normal this season. That was a great challenge there by the Knights player. Much is collected late and will come back for the free kick, and it is a yellow card as well for Ramazani. As he was just a little bit late through on Jordan Much, so that is both central defenders for Lions now on a yellow card. Long picked his up, awarded the penalty. winds up on the ground, and a bit of a follow-up on Reardon for that challenge. Really operating with a little bit more positional freedom as of late. And Fechner on the last defender. It looked like it was paying dividends early on as Lions took the lead in the 6th minute through Fechner. But now they are chasing the deficit. And Lions just trapped on the halfway, trying to find a way through. Can Ontiknap find the key to unlock this well-organised Knights defence? Martin slides in to take it away from Pengelly. Brindle South, no way through Millard, and just able to keep that one from going over the byline before firing it over the fence on the far side of the pitch. You see a couple of the Knights squad players. Got an in-man returning the ball. Calling effort, header. One and followed up. Pengelly going away from goal, finding Skinner. His dangerous right foot, Skinner, as he tries to fashion a bit of space. Instead, he'll send it to Ontiknap at the top of the box. He can't get it out from his feet as he tries to tee up the shot, and Duckworth forced back by much. Minutes to play in this first half. It got off to a lightning quick start with the visitors dominating. To finish the first half with a flourish, and wasn't able to pick off that pass, but Knights give it straight back to Lions. Hart Phillips overlapping outside of Skinner. And Skinner tackled by Reardon. Again, another turnover, still inside their own half. The Lions can't fashion not afraid to play those long, direct passes when the situation calls for it, as Russell able to get the necessary leap to take that one away from Comalong. The ball with his back to goal, and now Pengelly, I was going to say, he's taken up the Duckworth role, having followed the Duckworth path from striker to playmaker. A beautiful ball from Ramazani into Skinner, but the cross can only find the Gold Coast Knights captain Ludwig. See this pass again from Ramazani, picked his angles and got it spot on. Pressure from Martin forces a loose pass. Knights will survive that threat. And rather than taking the steps backward himself, Martin just says to Dace, you take it. And much to the chagrin of Lions, that throw-in goes the way of the home side. Lions, which again is controlled off the outstretched arm of Millard. The pass was on him a little bit faster than he expected it to be. This is the final game, what has been a successful June for Lions, as they've got a massive July coming up, regardless of the outcome of this semi-final. Qualifying for the Kappa Pro Series final would be another task to conquer in the coming month. They've got a Brisbane Classico at Imperial Corp Stadium next Saturday, the 6th, for their at home to Moreton City. The following weekend, 19th of July, they're at home to Redlands. There's their league commitments. Then comes a Kappa Queensland Cup semi-final against old rivals Olympic. And Skinner, obviously, saw the pass, tried to play it, but Kaneko reacted well to get there before he could reach Broderick. The big games for Fort Lions. We've got the Kappa Queensland Cup semi-final against Olympic. Potentially, and I'll say potentially, the Kappa Pro Series final that following weekend, Saturday the 27th of July. The final details to be confirmed. And if that wasn't enough, they close out the month with an Australia Cup round of 32 tie over in Perth Wednesday the 31st, 8:30 p.m. at Brisbane time, Percy Doyle Reserve. So if you're a regular at the Golden Lion at Richlands, you've got a whole lot of football coming your way in the coming month. These league games will be very, very important because they are trying to keep pace with, if not overtake, tonight's opponent. Lions currently sitting second on 37 points through 16 rounds. They are 6 behind Gold Coast Knights. 14 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat for Scott McDonald and company. If my maths is correct, Knights could potentially wrap up a top 4 berth this weekend if the result in the Olympic Wolves round 15 catch-up fixture on Sunday is favourable to them. And if they can't do it this weekend, we'll most likely expect them to be able to do it the following weekend when they are away to the Brisbane Roar in round 17. And if other results go their way as well, they'll qualify for the finals, as many expected them to do in comfortable fashion, with several games to spare. However, Lions will be hoping to... Well, that was clear foul by Reardon. But Lions will be hoping they can close that gap and have something to try and chase down in that final day meeting. Skinner cutting back on that right foot. Can he fashion the space for the shot? Well, he does, and it rebounds straight back to him off Lazem. Millard hits the ball and Broderick. And Mr. Keenan overrules his assistant and says it is a Knights throw in. So we can catch on the replay here. It was a Excellent challenge if it did get the ball from Millard, which I think he did. Which forced the heavy touch from the Lions forward. And the Gold Coast Knights, they are slightly less busy in July, although they could have a chance to defend one of the 3 trophies that they won last season. Deas making a run into space out wide. Martin can't get the ball out as Skinner's there to take it off him. And back for Ramazani. Duckworth getting it to Pengelly, and Martin kicked it away, and will be a very soft second yellow, but Lions quick to remind Mr. Keenan. Has already been booked today. So we're talking about the July that Knights have coming up. They're away to the Roar. Then in round 18, they are at home for Sunshine Coast Wanderers. On the road in round 19, and should they win tonight, they will have the Kappa Pro Series final on the weekend of the 27th of July. They won't have a chance to add the Queensland Cup to their cabinet here at Carrara. The 2 defeats this season came on penalties as Ontiknap had to play it through, but that was well read by Millard, and gives Russell something to chase. Come along, plays it over the sideline. Reardon sticks the leg out, gets the ball back for Knights. Ludwig finds Dillon. He'll play it up the line for Deas. And Kaneko is tugged by Comalong, and well, now it's Knight's turn to remind Mr. Keenan that there has been a booking already shown to Owen Comalong, and I wonder if this is going to be just a final warning or possibly a second yellow card. And I think the shadow of half time. This is a be very, very careful in the second half. We're now at the discretion of Zach Keenan. So how many more minutes we'll have added on? Have a couple of stoppages. Ramazani with the touch to get away from Martin, and that will be the end of an eventful first half here in the Kappa Pro Series semi-final. Lions took a lead in the 6th minute through Alex Fechner before Joel Russell from the penalty spot and Ty Kaneko scored for Gold Coast Knights. And then for the next 25 minutes, it was a bit more of an arm wrestle. We'll be back with the second half on FQTV after these messages.
The Matildas are on fire, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. the face, and there is Claire Polkinghorne to jam it over the line.
How do I feel this time? What's straight off?
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Croatian Sports Centre in Carrara for the first Men's Kappa Pro Series semi-final. Gold Coast Knights leading Lions 2-1. And the home side get us underway. And they'll be going from right to left on your screen. And there has been one halftime change, which you may have already noticed yourselves if you're playing at home. Sam Klein has made his way onto the pitch. And he will take up station. Let's see, pivot of the Gold Coast Knights midfield. And it looks like he has replaced Phil Larsam, who was on a yellow card and perhaps walking a little bit of a tightrope in the final minutes of that first half, as was Owen Comalong, who is right there on the edge of the 6-yard box. In goes a corner. It's punched away by Pond, but can only find Klein. And his shot is blocked by Fechner. Knights back for Kaneko. Deflected cross, cleared away. And now looking to find Fechner, and Trent Millard is steaming back as he put on the afterburners. Fullback, I beg your pardon. One-time member of the Central Coast Mariners Academy. Klein goes in late on Skinner, and it'll be just a free kick for Lions. No further ramifications for the youngsters. Game is less than 120 seconds old. And we do have a score update for you from Cornubia Park as well in the Women's Kappa Pro Series semi-final. April Gleeson opened the scoring for Logan in the 13th minute. Sarah Daly made it 2 in the 27th. For Brittany Lasik, just pulled one back for Kapalabar on the hour. Skinner, he's found a little bit of space as Brindle South hits that cross first time, and it found its intended target of Hart Phillips at the back post. Kelly out for Brindle South as to find a bit of space. Broderick had made the run, but the pass was just too far in front of him. With that halftime change, with Lazem going off, there's going to be a defensive drop-off in that midfield role when you take Phil Larsam off to pretty much anybody else in the competition. It's not a slide on Sam Klein. He is very strong in attack. He's got a rocket of a right foot when he gets hold of the ball. However, I wonder if that might free up Pengelly, Duckworth, Montignac, and might offer them a little bit more freedom. Tackle by Deus as Reardon picks the ball off. Kaneko tries to head it on for Russell. Brindle's out there for the interception. First touch from Much, gets it out to Millard. Broderick got his body in position well to see off Millard as free kick is left for Duckworth. He'll take it short to Brindle South. Come along. Ramazani gets the driver out and falls for Broderick, who hits it first time, and that one was travelling. Langdon had that post covered, but it was a well-hit ball from Broderick, and if he gets another chance from that range, he might push it a little bit further towards that near post. Five minutes gone here in the second half at Carrara. And wouldn't you know it, Kappa have just equalised with 23 minutes of normal time remaining in their clash as it goes for Pengelly. He'll take the strike on first time, and it's fallen on by Langdon. The goal is scored by Hyogo for Kappa, so it's game on. Logan as Much loses a ball, and Fechner in a shot that was always rising. Much ball and all on that one, but couldn't stop Fechner pouncing, firing it over the bar. Kaneko inside for Klein as tries to feed Deus out wide, but instead just turns it over, and Deus hacks down Fechner, and I think we can see where this one is going. Deus deciding the yellow card was worth taking in that instance, despite the fact he had Dillon there for cover. Sixth booking in all competitions this season, Shelford Deus. Very, very accomplished player. He's one of the Iron Men of the competition. Tackles are starting to fly in now. And Kaneko is also going to go. He is going to go into the notebook there. So Ty Kaneko becomes the fourth Knights player booked. There's no holding back in the challenge, and Brindle South is still down as we just missed the challenge on the replay. Here's Kaneko's first booking of the season and sporting low five, brief handshake, whatever you want to call it. And that foul has given Lions a great opportunity to draw level if Fechner can find the right delivery. It goes towards the near post, and it's in. Lions have equalised, and it's Pengelly. I think he is taking the plaudits for it. Well, he teed off on that one, Andy Pengelly, and it is 2-2 here at Carrara. A well-taken free kick, and he just got there ahead of Langdon, and there was not much that Knights could do. I think he's been planning that one for the camera for a while, Andy Pengelly. There's 2-2 in both Kappa Pro Series semi-finals this evening. Some Friday night drama for you on FQTV. We'll keep you updated on proceedings up the road at Cornubia Park. In the meantime, we'll just say we're very pleased to have you staying with us as Millard is down just inside his own half. Much gets by a pair of challenges from the Lions dynamic duo up front. An overhit pass. It ends up hitting the roof of the Knights bench. And this game is very much in the balance now. Stars of the NPL Queensland on show this evening. Pengelly and Fechner now combined for 39 goals in all competitions for Lions. There's Klein as he cuts back onto that right foot, gets it to Kaneko as it took third player to take it off him, but it was a great pass from Pengelly as he gets it out for Skinner. As thought about taking on Deus, left it. Reardon comes through late, and now Reardon is going to pick up a booking. That was as much for the timing of it as anything else. Reardon fully committed and just could not stop. And with legally and ones that have been pulled up for fouls, there have been some strong challenges in this match that have left their mark on the players. Talking about success, these two clubs have been the definition of success. They have combined for 11 of the last 13 available trophies in Queensland. The only other side to lift a trophy in that time since the start of the 2018 NPL season is Penn Power with their back-to-back premierships in 2020 and 2021. And on comes Jaden Walker for Gold Coast Knights. Set piece last time for Lions. This one's going to cause too much strain as goes behind behind for a goal kick. Trying to evade the attentions of Broderick. Trying to pick out Deus, Kaneko. Much. Beautiful little pitching wedge over the top to an offside. Kaneko. Pressure applied on Pond. He gets it. Yeah. Clearance gets it to Ludwig in the end. Walker. And Russell, he stayed on side. Does he give it up for much or go himself? Joel Russell, oh, just off the post. And that would have been a brilliant team goal from Knights, going from one end to the other. It was almost that long ball over the top. Russell is left to rue the missed chance. He doesn't miss many, Joel Russell. And when he does score, it does come in bunches. Including tonight, he has scored 8 goals in his last 5 games. He scored a brace in the derby against Gold Coast United, a brace against Penn Power, just the one against Rochedale, and what was a down night by his standards, and then 2 last week against Olympics. So that is now 5 straight games he has scored in. And wouldn't he dearly love to make it 9 in 5? With what could be the match winner as we move into the final half hour of this Kappa Pro Series semi-final. 13 minutes remaining at Cornubia Park, still locked at 2 apiece there as well. Nap forward for Skinner as he's watched closely by Reardon. Phillips lofts it in, free header for Broderick, and it's in. Lions strike back, 2 goals in 5 minutes, and they now have the lead at Carrara. And how about that cross, Jackson Hart Phillips? He's been teasing all night, and Broderick had just stolen a step on the substitute, Jaden Walker. And it was a well-worked move. They love that left side, Lions. And they have taken the lead. Now we find out, what do Gold Coast Knights have in response? They trailed once, that lasted all of 5 minutes. Now trailing again. And they've got 28 minutes to find said response. And over the top, they're looking to get in behind as well. Russell is brought down by Comalong, legally so, but the ball is not cleared away. Here's Klein on that right foot. And eventually via a couple of deflections. Now it's Lions going back down the other way. Frantic action here. This game starts to come to life. Skinner escapes a pair of challenges. Hart Phillips, he looks to tee himself up for another cross, and oh, that is a strong challenge on Ludwig, and it will be a free kick for Knights as their captain is down. See this once again as Ludwig, or in the replay, I can tell you, is showing Zach Keenan exactly where he was collected, and I think it's a reasonable question to ask for Knights, given some of the other yellow cards that have been shown. Perhaps Hart Phillips might have earned one himself. However, like every question, you can never be entirely sure of the answer, and in that case it was no further sanction for Hart Phillips. Much played through for Kaneko. Brindle South tracking back well. It's trapped down in that corner. Kaneko and Walker teaming up to win it back for Knights. However, the offside flag had gone up against Kaneko. Nods it on to pick out Russell as he had muscles. Ramazani now looks to turn provider for Kaneko, who will take the shot off a quick turn, but reflection took all the sting out of that strike. Much over for Klein. Walker bulldozing forward. Here is Kaneko again. He's been central for just about everything. Clever little return ball for Much. Rounds the keeper, but he's taken to the byline on the cutback from Russell, and it's saved by Pond. Or did he put it wide? Russell. A lifeline for Lions, as you would have expected Much to find a way through, but some desperate defending, and Russell's radar was wayward. We would not be giving the Knights number 9 too many more chances from that range. But sometimes in finals football, you need a bit of good fortune to go with good football as well. I thought Cardiff Pond had gotten a touch on that. Perhaps one of the defenders. And Kappa thought they had the lead in their game. The ball wound up in the back of the net. It was Ashley Hyman, the substitute, who put the ball in the back of the net. However, she had been flagged for offside. Score remains 2-2, 83.5 minutes played at Cornubia Park. It is 3-2 to Lions here with player down. They've got 22.5 minutes of normal time remaining, and is Duckworth just fixing up a boot, perhaps? Well, he is, and we're back in action. On Ticknap. It's a return pass. Flip it over the top again, looking for Hart Phillips, who has spent just as much time in the attacking third as he has in his own half, and we'll have more changes coming up now. And from the reaction on the sideline, that tells you all you need to know. Xander Guy back for the first time in over 2 months. Who for? I'm not 100% sure, but we'll get that confirmed momentarily. However, just a sign of how stacked that Knights back line is, or that Knights squad is from front to back actually. Guy, a very popular figure, Carrara. Early assumption is that Guy has replaced Much. Shouldn't be surprised with the veteran only being announced by Knights last week, and match fitness might not be there just yet. Walker will look to feather it through as Klein couldn't bring that one under control. And Ludwig, oh, beg pardon, not Ludwig, Martin. With the unintentional rugby tackle from behind on Skinner, as I think he lost his footing and sort of fell into the legs of Jack Skinner. Isn't that just a sign of the depth that has been assembled by the Knights coaching staff as both benches are up and about? Darren Symes, Scott McDonald, both making sure their opinions are heard. And Klein looks like he just waited a bit too long to play that pass. Apologises to Russell and Kaneko and tries to chase down Jimmy Ontic-Knapp, and that is a beautiful ball through for an offside Fechner. It's a bit of a disagreement over where the free kick should have been taken. Skinner riding a couple of challenges and now played out wide. Fechner takes a strike on first time, and a bullet in blue from Lions gives them a 4-2 lead. And is that going to send them to the Kappa Pro Series final? It was smart work from Skinner in the build-up, just doing enough to occupy Dylan. And Fechner, he got all of that one. And Brittany Lasik almost with a chance to win it for Kapalaba, had a one-on-one chance and rifled it off the crossbar. So that game looks like it might be heading into extra time. Lions are now up 4-2 with 18 minutes remaining. And Knights, well, look, with this side, you cannot rule anything out. They're going to need some sort of break to go their way. And an instant response would be incredibly welcome here, as that shot is blocked by Ramazani. Played out again by Deus and gathered by Pond as Lions, I don't know if they'd ever outwardly say they were looking for revenge from last year, but you have to think this is giving some sort of joy as it sets them up for a massive July, as they'll keep their quest for multiple silverware alive and well. This has been such a high-quality game. I'm trying not to oversell what you're watching too much, but there's a reason these are the two best teams in the league at the moment. It's regathered by Pond, and as we are now in second half stoppage time at Cornubia Park, there was a chance for a winner from April Gleeson. However, that was saved by Katie Dale. It says we can't multitask here in studio. I get the feeling, despite this being a local derby of sorts in the women's semi-final, the side will really want to extend this longer than necessary. Meanwhile, Knights need 2 goals to send this one into extra time. Can they find it? Well, first they need to take it back, as Ludwig has done, stepping out from his defensive role, picking out Klein. He's got space. Pass out for Russell, and that was a curling effort and not cleanly taken by Pond. Klein, good job putting the pressure on before Pond regathered the loose ball. So the subs that McDonald still has at his disposal: Luke Beckwith and Eddie Callahan. I suppose if he's really desperate, he can throw on reserve goalkeeper Casey Went up front and hope for a little bit of chaos. And you can tell what the assistant referees and the crowd thought of that coming together between Walker and Brindle South, as Brindle South stays down, and just a bit of man management from Keenan. Minutes of normal time remaining, plus whatever stoppages we've got. And here is a chance for Reardon to find a response, and he fits that one over the crossbar. A couple of clever bounces and set up by Russell. Lions on the verge of the Kappa Pro Series Grand Final. That is provisionally set for July 27th at a neutral venue. If you go off last year when it was held at AJ Kelly Park between Gold Coast Knights and Olympic. However, Knights will be throwing everything they can at their rivals to try and find a way through, and Klein cleans up Fechner. And a change coming now for Lions. Who is the player making way? It is Andy Pengelly, as he saunters over to the sideline. Just confirm that substitute momentarily. It's Sean Carlos. That probably should have been more obvious than it was given the game situation, but Carlos coming on. He's got 11 minutes to see out. Knights still trying to play their way out as Fechner cleans up Ludwig, and Ludwig with his opinion on the officiating. We are going to extra time at Cornubia Park. Once this game wraps up, you can switch over to that FQTV stream. Another challenge from Hart Phillips was worked, and now Guy with a little bit of a frustrated push perhaps on the chest of Hart Phillips, and that is what Mr. Keenan saw as well, and that is going to be a yellow card for the substitute Xander Guy. Welcome back. Here's a yellow card. Play will resume with the throw-in. 10 minutes of normal time remaining. Extra time just about to get underway. The women's semi-final. Martin for Reed, and he'll take the strike on from range, and he took a divot with that one as it was sailing over Cardiff Pond's goal. And just a hurry up given to Pond. Takes a touch to bring it under control. Martin has been quiet lately, but can pop up when needed. And now free kick won by Kaneko as he was pulled down. Knapp, he gave away that free kick after having poke at the ball from behind. From this range, Kaneko will be looking for perhaps Klein or Guy. They're two tall options ready to make the run. It's clipped towards that cluster of players at the back post. It almost falls as Knights are now forced to recycle. Luke Beckwith has just come on as well. So he played that pass forward, headed in for Martin. He's got his back to goal and four blue jerseys in the way. Tries to tee up Ludwig, and he can't get a clean strike away. Calls for a free kick. Well, it is getting to desperation station for Knights. Guy and Martin were hoping for a free kick. I think those shouts might have been a touch optimistic. There you go, Lions looking for a little bit of icing on the cake. Beckwith just had a heavy enough touch to put the space for Duckworth to challenge. I believe Shelford Deus has been withdrawn. It might be a bit too early for Hart Phillips to go to the corner. It's deflected out off Martin, I believe, for the throw-in. Lions Well, it's been an impressive response after going into the break. 2-1 down, 3 goals in the space of 17 minutes. The second half turned this semi-final on its head. Now they just have to see out the remaining time. It just hasn't quite happened for Knights after Kaneko's 19th minute goal. Joel Russell had a couple of chances, couldn't make the most of them. It's fired across, and Fechner going for the improvised finish. As actually in this goal last week, Russell scored one going the other way. It was a right-footed little heel flick, just like that. And Fechner couldn't get the necessary power on it. And now he is dawdling over to take the free kick. Giving the ball up for Broderick. Anyway, now Martin. He'll have to rediscover his goal-scoring form. Walker just got there ahead of Brindle South, but couldn't control a header, and Russell tried to go through the back of Comalong, and I'm not sure if there would have been a huge difference had Lions have been awarded the free kick. Pond will take the goal kick instead. So this is a catch-up weekend in NPL men. Well, we've got Olympic and Sunshine Coast, I beg your pardon, Olympic and Wolves coming up this Sunday for round 17 in full next weekend. We're bringing all those games on FQTV. Rochdale Gold Coast United Friday 8:30 p.m. Rochdale making some big moves as they try and move themselves out of the bottom two. Announced early this week, Ryu Nagata and Alex Warrello, and might have missed it earlier this evening, Marek Mardley, who's actually played for both of these clubs, has made the switch back to Underwood Park. He spent 2022 and 2023. One of the most prolific goal scorers in the NPL Queensland. And Duckworth happy to see that one over the byline. Goal kick now. Then on Saturday it is the Raw hosting Gold Coast Knights. 2:45 p.m. kickoff. Brisbane Classico 5 p.m. City hosting Lions at Imperial Corp Stadium. Brisbane City with a massive Australia Cup tie coming up as well at their Newmarket home. And it's the other NPL Queensland entrant, one of the other ones, Moreton City. They're hosting Redlands 7:30 p.m. Saturday, and then a Sunday double. Sunshine Coast Wanderers against Wolves, 4:15 p.m. before Olympic will take on Penn Power. Olympic also set to feature in the national stage of the Australia Cup. I have a feeling it will be a very happy trip back up the M1 for Lions, as they look to be in control of this contest now, not giving Knights a sniff. And on the balance of play, they've been good value for the winners. Beckwith got a bit creative to get the ball back, and Fechner going straight through the Knights fullback. fighting back well. He has settled in nicely in this second half. And Brindle South will get a yellow card for taking the throw-in when it was awarded to Knights. And now Knights are finding themselves going the wrong way to give themselves something to chase in stoppage time. Vala just came on at that prior stoppage as well for Lions. Beautiful ball through as that's picked up by Fechner. He's one-on-one with Ludwig. Does he fancy going for the hat-trick? Fechner is blocked away. Now Knights pushing back to the other end. Duckworth keeping an eye on Kaneko. Guy made the run. Wasn't seen by Kaneko. Reardon out wide. Beckwith. It's crossed in towards the back post for Russell. That is well read by Pond. It's just flopped in a heap to take a few extra seconds off the clock. And now Brindle South will go to ground and we'll have a stoppage. Here, and you would assume that the break now will just see more added time to be played. And we've got action in the 18-yard box for Logan. Cross came in from the far side. Sarah Daly had a chance, unable to convert. And now Ashley Hyman breaking down left wing for Kappa. And a free kick for the visitors. Kappa on the left side of the field, about 25 yards from the corner flag. So we've got this break in play here at Carrara. We'll try and bring you a little bit of the action from the women's semi-final, which is in the 11th minute of extra time at Cornubia Park. Free kick for Kappa, goes into the box. Can we find a Logan player, cleared away. Returned back now by Kappa, and Sarah Simpson, the Logan shot stopper, alert to the danger off her line well. Picks the ball up. Almost reaches the halfway with her clearance. We've got another change. Coming on for Lions. Dom Horwood make his second appearance in this competition. And Pond slice that one a little bit as it goes over the sideline. Going out wide, and Knights, it just hasn't happened for them in the second half. Had their chances, could not convert. They need some sort of miracle. Kaneko, he can pull those off, but not this time. Ontiknap gets the ball away. Martin in for Klein. He's crowded up by a trio of blue jerseys. Gets it back for Reardon. Klein. And the pass almost picked out the referee, Mr. Keenan. Russell holding it up well, looking to get the return ball for Walker. Danny goes in the box, just out-muscled by Broderick. And that is cleared away. Turn back into the box again. Strong defending. All right, Dom Horwood. All hands on deck in their own half for Lions as Knights try to finish with a flourish. We're into the 5th minute. Stoppage time now. Ludwig from range. Thought about the shot. And with the cross in and can't bend it appropriately, and it finds its way into the hands of Cardiff Pond. Carlos, one of the top 4, Fechner. And he doesn't have to go anywhere but to the corner. Lions just have to hold out now as he tries to go around Dylan, but that's a tough task at any point in the match. The Lions play it long, trying to find Guy, but they can only find the sideline in front of Scott McDonald. Header from Komalok. First touch by Fechner. Tees up Carlos, and Fechner gets it back. Valab has stayed on side by the looks of it, and he'll head for that corner flag under the watchful eye of Beckwith, who does not agree with the awarding of the corner. And Carlos just getting a little bit of a heads up that the time he is taking is being monitored. It's back with the ball once more. It's Hail Mary and whatever other prayer you want to offer. Time right now. Look out for Beckwith. Guy just wants to get the ball into the box. And a header won by Broderick. Reardon brings it down, clips it over the top, and Russell chases it down, now looking for someone to cross it to. Deflected off Horwood. Reardon, what about the shot? Beckwith off his left. Falls now for Guy. Flag has stayed down. The fast feet Xander. Guy clips it back across, and header by Horwood. Well, it's job done tonight, but job not quite complete in the Kappa Pro Series 4 Lions. They advance to the 2024 Grand Final with a stellar second half. Alex Fechner with a brace, Andy Pengelly and Luke Broderick on the score sheet for the visitors. Joel Russell and Ty Kaneko for the home side. Knights will not defend their Kappa Pro Series crown in 2024. Lions are into the Grand Final. I'm James Coughlin. This has been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Thank you. Good night.